Unit 1 Wireless channel from wireless communication. First we are going to see the introduction of radio wave propagation. So here the electromagnetic wave propagation have three techniques, that is reflection, diffraction and scattering. In the urban areas we will have no direct line of sight path, as well as there will be high rise buildings which will cause a severe diffraction loss, and multipath fading will be occurred due to different paths of varying length. Large scale propagation model predict the mean signal strength for an arbitrary transmitter receiver separation distance. Here the small scale fading model characterize the rapid fluctuation of the received signal strength over very short travel distance or short time duration. So this is the diagram represented for direct line of sight path as well as the reflection path between the transmitter and the small scale fading. Will have rapid fluctuation which will have some of many contribution from different direction with the different phases. Here the random phases cause the sum varying widely. Example, Rayleigh fading distribution. Local average received power is predicted by large scale model measurement tracked between the 5 lambda to 40. First we are going to see the free space propagation model or direct ray model. The free space propagation model is used to predict received signal strength when the transmitter and receiver have a clear line of sight path between them. For example, satellite communication, microwave line of sight radio link. So using free space equation, we can write the equation of receiver power as Pt Gt Gr into lambda square divided by 4 pi whole square into d square L. Here Pt, Pr represent transmitter and receiver power, Gt and Gr represent transmitter and receiver antenna gain, small d represent transmitter receiver separation distance, capital L represent system loss, lambda is wavelength. So here the gain of the antenna is represented as G equal to 4 pi Ae divided by lambda square. Here Ae is the effective aperture which is related to the physical size of the antenna. Then the wavelength is related to the carrier frequency is represented. If the losses is greater than or equal to 1, then it represents that the transmission line have attenuation loss, filter loss and antenna loss in the communication system. If the value of L is equal to 1, which will indicate there is no loss in the system. Isotropic radiator is an ideal antenna which radiates power with unit gain. So the effective isotropic radiate power is given as Pt into Gt. Here which represent the maximum radiated power available from transmitter in the direction of maximum antenna gain as compared to an isotropic radiator. Path loss for the free space model with the antenna gain is represented as PL equal to 10 log of Pt by Pr, which is represented as minus 10 log of Gt Gr lambda square divided by 4 pi whole square into d square. If you exclude the antenna gain, it will again the path loss is represented by, instead of GT/GR, you will GT or GR will be equal to 1, so that you will get lambda square by 4 pi whole square into d square alone. Then the far field region of a transmitting antenna is defined as the region beyond the far field distance, that is df equal to 2d square divided by lambda, where capital D is the largest physical linear dimension of the antenna. If the far field region to be in the far field region, we have to satisfy small df greater than capital D and small df greater than lambda, so that the following equation does not hold D equal to 0. So it will be given as received power equal to Pt Gt Gr lambda square divided by 4 pi whole square d square into L. So use closing distance d naught and a known received power Pr of d naught at that point, so that the distance d naught lies between D and Df. The received power is given as it is, as like this. So the three basic propagation mechanism, as I already said in the first slide, as reflection, diffraction and scattering. Reflection occurs when a propagation propagating the electromagnetic wave which impinges upon an object which has very large dimension when compared to the wavelength. Example, building walls. Diffraction occurs when the radio path between the transmitter and receiver is obstructed by a surface that has sharp edges. Scattering occurs when the medium through which the wave travels consists of objects with dimensions that are small compared to the wavelength. So this is the reflection from dielectrics, which is represented in E field in the plane of incidence and in the E field normal to the plane of incidence. So considering orthogonal polarization, you may get the gamma pi and gamma as this value, where eta I represent the intrinsic impedance. Now boundary condition for the surface of incidence using Snell's law is represented as mu root of mu 1 epsilon 1 into sine of 90 minus theta I equal to root of mu 2 epsilon 2 sine of 90 minus theta t. So and using boundary condition from Maxwell equation by the law of reflection, theta I equal to t r. So if first medium is free space, then mu 1 value will be equal to mu 2. Here you can substitute in the reflection coefficient for vertical and horizontal polarization will be reduced. So in the first medium, if it is free space and second medium is dielectric, then gamma h equal to minus 1 and gamma mu equal to minus 1, which regardless of epsilon r, which will tends theta I value to 0. Here the ground may be modeled as a perfect reflector when an instant wave grazes the earth regardless of polarization or ground dielectric. So Brewster angle is given where the angle have no reflection in the medium of origin, that is represented by sine of theta b. Next, ground reflection model, otherwise called as two-ray model. Here we are going to use two ray. One is direct path and another one is reflection path from the ground. So it is good for system that uses tall towers over 50 meters tall. Good for line of sight microcell system in urban environment. So here the in between transmitter and receiver, how the direct path and reflection path is represented in this. So electric field total density is represented as a result from the combination of a direct line of sight path and the ground reflected path, which is represented in the here. For direct path, d value will be equal to d dash, and reflected path, d value will be equal to d double dash. So it is substituted in the value of electric field, total electric field intensity. Here theta value goes to 0 due to angle of incidence to the ground of the reflected wave, and gamma value will be equal to minus 1. Here the phase difference can occur depending on the phase difference between directed and reflected E field. The phase difference is theta del due to path difference, del equal to d double dash minus d dash between line of sight path and ground reflection path electric field intensity. So using method of images which is given in the figure below, the path difference can be calculated as from the like triangle. So using Taylor series, the expression can be simplified like this. So here the phase difference on time delay can be evaluated as theta del and tau d. Here the d value is very large than the path difference, which will become negligible, and amplitude of line of sight and the ground reflection electric field intensity are virtually identical and differ only in phase. Here t value will be equal to t double dash by c, then total electric field intensity, which is represented in this So referring to the phasor diagram, we can write the modulus of total electric field intensity as like this. So here the electric field is a function of sign, which will decrease the oscillatory fashion with the local maxima being 6 decibel greater than free space and local minima reaching to infinity del value. Here the diagram represents the plotted between the distance and the electric field magnitude. Here note that the magnitude is with respect to a reference of E naught equal to 1 at D naught equal to 100 meters. So near 100 meter the signal can be stronger than E naught equal to 1. The secondary ray add in energy that would have been lost otherwise. So 2 ray path loss model equation is given like this: 40 log of D minus 10 log of GT plus 10 log of GR plus 20 log of HT plus 20 log of HR. So here instead of D square we use D power 4 for free space in the power received power equation. Now diffraction occurs when waves hit the edge of an obstacle. Secondary waves propagated into the shadowed region. Water wave example: diffraction is caused by the propagation of secondary wavelet into a shadowed region. Excess path length result in a phase shift. The field strength of the diffracted wave in the shadowed region is the vector sum of the electric field component of all the secondary wavelet in the space around the obstacle. Huygens principle: all points on a wavefront can be considered as point sources for the production of secondary wavelet, that this wavelet combine to produce a new wavefront in the direction of propagation. This is the illustration of diffraction. Here the spherical and plane wavefronts represented. This is the Huygens secondary source where the diffraction occurs when wave hits the edge of an obstacle. Secondary waves propagated into the shadowed region. Excess path length phase shift. Here you consider that there is an impenetrable obstruction of height h at a distance of d1 from the transmitter and d2 from the receiver. So the path difference between the direct path and the diffracted path is given by the del value and u. In order to normalize this, we can use Fresnel Kirchhoff's diffraction parameter mu, which is represented. It is clear that phi equal to pi mu square divided. So in the Fresnel zone, the excess total path length traversed by a wave passing through each circle is then lambda by 2. So here the radius of Fresnel zone in the nth region will be given as a Rn, small rn. So the Fresnel diffraction geometry is represented here. Knife edge diffraction model is represented in this geometry. Here diffraction loss using knife edge is represented by the parameter Fresnel diffraction parameter and knife edge diffraction gain. Next, multiple knife edge diffraction. For knife edge, replace them by single knife edge as given below using Bullington's construction of an equal knife. So here the log distance path loss model. We wish to predict large scale coverage using analytical and empirical method. It has been repeatedly measured and found that PR at receiver decreases logarithmically with the distance. This is the path loss exponent for different environment is here. So at any specific D, the measured value vary drastically because of variation in the surrounding environment. Some models can be used to describe a situation generally, but specific circumstances may need to be considered with the detailed analysis and measurement. Log normal shadowing is represented. Then x del sigma is the standard deviation that provides the second parameter for the distribution, which will take into account received signal strength variation due to shadowing. This is the scatter plot of measured data and corresponding MMSE path loss model for many cities in